Welcome to Focus English with Cece.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Focus English with Cece. I'm Cece, and I'm so happy to be here with you.
And I'm Tom. It's great to see you all again. If you want to improve your real-life English, you've come to the right place.
Tom, I'm a little excited because today we are talking about something very important for our daily lives.
Oh, is it about how to make the perfect coffee? Or maybe how to play guitar?
No, Tom, not today. Today we're talking about time. Specifically, we are talking about being late.
Ah, being late. That is a topic I know very well, maybe too well. I think everyone has a story about being late.
Exactly. In this episode, you are going to learn how to explain why you are late, how to choose the right way to apologize, and we will share some smart tips to help you be more punctual.
This is perfect for anyone. We will use simple words, repeat them many times, and explain everything clearly so you can use these phrases immediately in real life.
By the end of this video, you will feel much more confident when you need to speak English in time situations.
But before we dive into the lesson, we have a small favor to ask. If you love learning English with us, please click that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell.
Yes, your support helps us create more free lessons for you every day. Have you subscribed yet? Great. Now let's get started with our vocabulary. All right, Tom, since you arrived with so much chaos energy, let's use this moment to share our learners some essential late vocabulary. Are you ready to dive in?
I am ready, Cece. My heart is still beating very fast, but I'm ready to learn. I think I am the perfect example of what not to do.
That's the spirit. Let's start with the gold medal of time. Tom, what do we call someone who is always on time? Someone like me.
Oh, that's easy. That person is punctual. I wish I was more punctual.
Exactly. Punctual is an adjective. It describes a person who respects the clock. If our meeting is at 2 p.m. and I arrive at 1:58 p.m., I am being punctual. In Western culture, being punctual is like a silent way of saying, I respect you.
I know. I want to be punctual. I really do. Every night I say, tomorrow, Tom, you will be a punctual man. But then life happens.
And when life happens, what is the phrase you use while you are on your way? You sent me a text message 10 minutes ago. What did it say?
I sent you a message saying, I'm running late.
Perfect. Let's explain this to our friends. Running late. We use this phrase when we are in the middle of being late. You are moving, you are on the bus or in your car, but you know you will not arrive on time. The clock is winning the race, and you are losing.
Exactly. I am not late yet, but I am running toward being late. It's a very common phrase. If you are 5 minutes behind your plan, you tell your friend, hey, I'm running late, see you soon.
It's very useful because it gives the other person a warning. Now, Tom, why were you running late today? You looked like you were trapped in a cage.
I felt like I was in a cage. I was stuck in traffic. It was terrible, Cece, just terrible.
Let's look at those words. Stuck in traffic. If you are stuck, it means you cannot move. Imagine your shoes are in thick mud. You are stuck. Now imagine 500 cars on one road. That is traffic.
Yes, and when all those cars stop moving completely, we call it a traffic jam. I hate traffic jams. They are so boring and so stressful. I was sitting in my car looking at the same red truck for 20 minutes.
A traffic jam is like a long line of angry people in cars. And when you were sitting there seeing the clock move to 9 o'clock, then 9:05, then 9:10, how did you feel? You look a bit flustered even now.
Flustered. That is a great word. I definitely felt flustered. My face was hot, my hands were shaking. I couldn't find my sunglasses. I was a mess.
That is exactly what flustered means. It describes that nervous, confused, and stressed feeling when you are in a hurry. When you are flustered, you make mistakes. You might forget your keys or put your shoes on the wrong feet.
Okay, my shoes are on the right feet today, but I was definitely flustered because I started my morning with oversleeping.
Ah, the classic mistake. Oversleeping.
Yes, I set my alarm for 7 a.m., but my bed was so warm. My pillow was so soft. I closed my eyes for one more minute, and suddenly it was 8:15 a.m. I overslept by more than an hour.
And after you oversleep, you have to rush around.
Oh, I was rushing around like a whirlwind. I was rushing around the kitchen to make coffee. I was rushing around the living room to find my bag. Everything was happening so fast.
That is a great phrasal verb. To rush around means to move very quickly to finish many things in a short time. Usually, when you rush around, you end up feeling, what was the word, Tom?
Flustered. I was rushing around, so I became very flustered.
Excellent. You are learning fast. Now, Tom, this is the most important part. If you are late, you must apologize. But you don't always say, I'm sorry, the same way. We have different levels.
Really? I thought I'm sorry was enough for everyone.
No, context matters. Let's try level 1, the casual apology. This is for friends and family. Imagine we are meeting at a park. You are 10 minutes late. What do you say?
That's easy. I would say, "Hey, Cece, sorry I'm late. I lost track of time watching TV."
Perfect. It's short, it's simple. Sorry I'm late. Your friends will understand. But now let's go to level 2, the formal apology. This is for your boss or a client. You cannot be too casual here.
Okay, if I'm talking to a boss, I should say, "I sincerely apologize for being late. I encountered a major traffic jam on the highway."
Wow, Tom, that sounds very professional. Sincerely apologize is much stronger than I'm sorry, and you use the word encountered. That's a great word. It means to meet or experience a problem.
Thank you. I encountered a problem. It sounds like I am taking responsibility.
Exactly. And finally, we have level 3, the sincere or deep apology. This is when you are very late for something very important, like a wedding or a final exam.
Oh, I would feel awful. I would say, "I am terribly sorry for the delay. I feel terrible about keeping you waiting. It was very disrespectful of me."
Keeping you waiting, that is a very important phrase. It shows that you care about the other person's time. You are acknowledging that they had to wait for you while they could be doing something else.
I really like that. It's not just about me, it's about them. This is making me realize that English is not just about words, it's about how we make people feel.
You are exactly right, Tom. If you use the right level of apology, people will forgive you much faster.
Okay, global learners, Cece has taught us so many great words. I'm feeling much better now. I'm not flustered anymore.
I'm glad to hear that. Now we have a question for all of you. What is one new word you have learned until now?
Is it punctual? Is it stuck in traffic? Or maybe flustered? Please write your word in the comments below. We want to see which words are your favorites. If these words are helpful, please hit the like button.
And don't go away. You have the vocabulary now, but next, you need to see the real-life disasters.
That's right. Stay with us because I'm going to tell you the full story of my disaster story.
All right, Tom, you mentioned your disaster, but I remember you telling me about an even bigger mess. The time you almost missed a flight to Italy for a wedding.
Oh, Cece, this is a painful memory. It is the perfect example of poor planning. This happened last summer. I was supposed to fly to Italy for my best friend's wedding.
Italy, that sounds amazing. But a wedding is a high-stakes event. In Western culture, if you're late for a wedding, people think you are very rude. You really have to be punctual.
I know. I really wanted to be there on time. The flight was at 10 a.m. On Friday night, I sat down and looked at my phone. I thought, the airport is 30 miles away. If I drive at 60 miles per hour, it takes 30 minutes. Let's say 45 minutes to be safe.
45 minutes? Tom, only 45 minutes to get to an international airport?
Yes, I thought if I leave my house at 8:15 a.m., I will be at the airport by 9 a.m. That is 1 hour before the gate closes. That is plenty of time.
Error, error. Tom, you made the biggest mistake in the world. You had zero buffer time. You underestimated the entire journey.
You are 100% right. I was being an optimist. I thought everything would be perfect, but life is not perfect. Saturday morning came. I woke up and felt great. I made some coffee, I sat on my sofa and started reading a book about Italian history. I wanted to be ready for Italy.
So you were reading instead of getting ready?
Yes, I was so relaxed. The sun was shining, the coffee was delicious. I was in a peaceful bubble. And because I was so happy, I completely lost track of time.
Oh no, every learner knows that feeling. You think it has been 5 minutes, but it has actually been 40 minutes.
Exactly. I was reading about the Roman Empire. Suddenly, I looked at the clock on the wall. It was 8:45 a.m. My heart stopped. I was supposed to leave 30 minutes ago. I was already behind schedule, and I was still in my pajamas.
8:45 and the flight is at 10? Tom, you are running late for a plane. That is the scariest kind of running late.
I panicked. I started rushing around like a crazy person. I was throwing clothes into my suitcase. I didn't even fold them. I was shouting, "Where are my black shoes? Where's my passport?" I was so flustered that I accidentally tried to brush my teeth with shaving cream.
Shaving cream. That is the definition of being flustered. Your brain just stops working.
It was a disaster. I finally found my keys. I ran to my car. I thought, okay, if the roads are empty, I can still make it. I was sweating. My shirt was half tucked in. I hit the main highway and, oh no.
Don't tell me. A traffic jam?
A massive traffic jam. Red lights everywhere. Nothing was moving. There was a sudden incident. A small truck had broken down in the middle of the road. I was stuck in traffic. I was stuck in a bind.
A bind. That's a great phrase. It means a very difficult situation where you feel trapped. So what did you do? Did you just sit there and cry?
I almost did, but then I remembered our English lessons. I realized I had to communicate. I had to give a heads up. I didn't want to just arrive at the airport and find an empty gate.
That is very smart. Communication is the best solution. What did you say?
I picked up my phone. I took a deep breath to stay calm. I called the airline and said, "Hello, my name is Tom Smith. I'm calling to give you a heads up."
Perfect. You were polite, you gave a clear reason, and you asked for a solution. What did the airline agent say?
She was very nice. She said, "Thank you for calling to give us a heads up, Mr. Smith. Because you called now, I can move you to the 1:30 p.m. flight. You will have to pay a small fee, but you won't lose your ticket."
Wow, that is the power of a real conversation. You saved your trip to Italy because you used the right English at the right time.
I felt so much better. I was still stuck in traffic, but I wasn't flustered anymore. I had a new plan. I eventually got to Italy, I saw the wedding, and I had a great time, but I learned my lesson.
I am so glad you made it. But we want our listeners to avoid the Tom disaster. You don't want to be rushing around with shaving cream on your toothbrush.
No, you definitely don't. So Cece, what's in the survival kit to fix this?
Here are 3 simple, real-life solutions for everyone. Multiple alarms. Don't just set one alarm on your phone, set 2 or 3. If you oversleep the first one, the second one will wake you up. The 30-minute buffer. This is the most important rule. Always add 30 minutes to your plan. If you think the drive takes 40 minutes, leave 70 minutes early. This buffer time is for sudden incidents like traffic jams. The night before rule. This is for you, Tom. Prepare your suitcase, find your passport, and choose your clothes the night before. If you are prepared, you won't lose track of time in the morning.
My airport story was a mess, but at least I made it to the wedding. However, Cece, I know your Chicago story was much more serious. You weren't just traveling for fun. You were there for a multi-million-dollar business contract, right?
That is right, Tom. In the professional world, punctuality is not just a polite habit, it is a sign of your character. If you are late for a big meeting, the other person might think you are lazy or disorganized. That day in Chicago, I learned that even the most punctual person can face a disaster.
I remember you saying the CEO was extremely strict. He didn't care about excuses, did he?
Not at all. He was a man who lived by the clock every second of the day. For him, time is money wasn't just a phrase, it was his golden rule. I was facing a serious professional crisis. I knew that a simple, casual, "I'm sorry," would never be enough to fix the situation. I had to find a way to apologize that was extremely formal, deeply sincere, and showed him that I truly understood the gravity of my mistake.
That sounds intense. If a sorry won't work, you really have to use the right words to save your reputation. So, what happened when you finally stood in front of him in that cold Chicago office?
It was a moment I will never forget. Let me tell you about the most difficult morning of my career. It was a Tuesday morning in February. Chicago was covered in deep white snow. I was there to sign a contract that my company had worked on for 6 months. This was the biggest moment of my career.
And let me guess, you were prepared.
I was perfectly prepared. I didn't oversleep. I woke up at 5 a.m. I had my suit ready. I had my laptop charged. I even checked the map the night before. I was determined to be punctual. I wanted to arrive 15 minutes early to show my respect.
So, if you were so prepared, how did you end up running late?
It was a sudden incident that nobody could predict. A major water pipe had frozen and burst under the main street near my hotel. The police closed all the roads. Every car, every bus, and every taxi was trapped. I was stuck in a traffic jam that looked like a scene from a movie.
Oh no, you were stuck and you couldn't even walk because of the snowstorm.
Exactly. I was sitting in the back of a taxi watching the snowfall. My meeting was at 9 a.m. At 8:45 a.m., I was still 2 miles away. I felt a cold knot in my stomach. I was so anxious. I knew the CEO, Mr. Sterling, was a man who arrived at his office at exactly 7 a.m. every day. To him, being late was a crime.
What was going through your mind? Were you flustered?
I was beyond flustered. I was terrified. But I remembered the rules of professional English. I knew I had to give a heads up immediately. I didn't wait until 9 a.m. I called his office at 8:45 a.m.
That is smart. You didn't wait for the problem to get worse. What did you say to his assistant?
I used a very professional tone. I said, "Hello, this is Cece calling. I am calling to..."
That is a great way to handle it. You gave a reason and you were polite. But what happened when you actually arrived?
When I finally walked into that boardroom, it was 9:25 a.m. I was nearly half an hour late. The room was silent. Mr. Sterling was sitting at the head of the table looking at his watch. He didn't look at me. He just said, "You are 25 minutes late, Cece. My time is very valuable."
Whistle. That sounds like a very difficult situation. I would probably just turn around and run away.
I wanted to, but instead I stood tall. I didn't make a long, dramatic excuse about the snow or the water pipe. I didn't want to sound like a victim. I used a very deep, sincere apology.
Tell us exactly what you said. I think every learner needs to write this down.
I looked him in the eye and said, "Mr. Sterling, I sincerely apologize for my late arrival. I understand that your time is precious, and I have wasted 25 minutes of it. I underestimated the impact of the weather today, and I take full responsibility. I am ready to start immediately, and I promise to provide the best presentation you have ever seen."
Wow. I take full responsibility. That is a powerful sentence. It shows you are not blaming the world, you are being a leader.
Exactly. In Western business culture, bosses hate excuses. They want to see that you understand the mistake and that you are focused on the work. Mr. Sterling looked at me for a long moment. Then he nodded and said, "All right, you have 30 minutes. Make them count."
And did you sign the contract?
I did. Because I apologized correctly and stayed calm, he respected me. He realized that the sudden incident was bad luck, but my reaction was professional.
That is a huge lesson. Being late is a mistake, but how you apologize can actually save your reputation.
Precisely. So, to all our learners, if you are late for work or a meeting, remember these rules. Don't hide. Give a heads up as soon as you know you will be late. Be brief. Don't talk about your problems for 10 minutes. Take responsibility. Use words like sincerely apologize and take full responsibility. Focus on the solution. Show that you are ready to work hard to make up for the lost time.
I love that. It turns a disaster into a chance to show your character. You know, Cece, I've been thinking about your survival kit from the last part. The buffer time and the multiple alarms are great for personal life, but in business, they are essential.
They really are. After that day in Chicago, I started adding an hour buffer for every important meeting. If I arrive an hour early, I just go to a nearby coffee shop and check my emails. It is much better than sitting in a taxi and feeling flustered.
I agree. I started doing that too. Now when I'm early, I feel powerful. I feel like I'm in control of my life.
That is the best feeling in the world, Tom. When you master your time, you master your life.
Okay, friends, we have talked about my airport disaster and Cece's Chicago challenge. We have learned so many words from punctual to flustered, from buffer to sincerely apologize.
We've covered a lot, but we aren't finished yet. Before we go, we need to do a quick check to make sure you remember everything.
That's right. Let's bring everything together one last time so you can walk away from this video as a time master too.
Tom, let's do a final super review. I will name the word, and Tom, you give us the best, simplest explanation.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Word number 1, punctual.
Punctual means you are a master of time. If you are punctual, you arrive exactly at the time you promised.
Perfect. Running late.
This is for when you are on your way but you are behind schedule. You are on the bus or in your car, but you know you will arrive after the start time.
Correct. How about stuck in traffic or a traffic jam?
A traffic jam is that long line of cars that doesn't move. When you are stuck in traffic, you are trapped on the road because there are too many vehicles.
Very true. Now, what is the difference between oversleeping and losing track of time?
Oversleeping happens in the morning. It's when you sleep past your alarm clock and wake up too late. Losing track of time can happen anytime. It's when you are so busy or having so much fun, like playing games or reading, that you forget to look at the clock.
Spot on. Now tell them about that hot and nervous feeling, flustered.
Oh, I know this one well. When you are flustered, you feel stressed, confused, and a bit shaky because you're in a big hurry.
Hopefully our viewers won't feel flustered anymore. What about our special idiom, in a bind?
To be in a bind means you are in a very difficult situation with no easy escape. Like when you are stuck in traffic and your phone battery dies, you are truly in a bind.
And the most polite thing to do when you're late, giving a heads up.
This is an early warning. To give a heads up means to call or text someone as soon as you know there's a problem. It shows respect and gives the other person a chance to change their plans.
And finally, remember the levels of apology.
Level 1, casual, sorry I'm late, for friends. Level 2, formal, I apologize for the delay, for work. Level 3, sincere, I take full responsibility, for big mistakes.
Now we have a challenge for you. We want to hear your stories. Are you usually a punctual person or are you always running late? Tell us in the comments. Use at least one new word we learned today, like flustered, buffer, or heads up. We promise to read your comments and cheer you on.
And if you want to keep learning English in this fun way, please hit that subscribe button for this channel.
Don't forget to like this video if it helped you feel more confident about your English. And if you have a friend who is always late, share this video with them too. Maybe they need the survival kit too.
Thank you so much for watching and for practicing with us. You are doing an incredible job. Remember, every mistake is just a chance to learn a new word.
We are so proud of your progress. Stay punctual, stay positive, and we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye, everyone. Happy learning.
Bye-bye.